Pleasant day, pleasant morning, blessed preparation day, saints of God. Today is September the 12th, and it is also day 32. Also, day 32. That means 8 days is left to go to complete our 40 days of prayer and fasting. This also means that 8 days is left to go before the start of Camp Meeting 2025, which begins on the 20th of September. I am filled with emotions of excitement, nervousness, intrigue, all sort of emotions as we near the start of Camp Meeting 2025. I'm looking forward to meeting new people, those from near and from far. I'm looking forward to fellowship with you, to preach the gospel together, to hear the word of truth, to rejoice in good fellowship, to worship God in spirit and in truth, to learn and to grow. What about you? You can't afford to miss it. Camp Meeting 2025, when earth comes in contact with heaven. So today on day 32, September the 12th, which is Friday, we are praying for church building. The first hour of prayer is passed at 6 a.m. prayer hour, and the second hour of prayer is coming soon at 9 a.m. We are praying today for the church building project. And this project is the official church building for Following the Blueprint Ministry. We have not yet achieved building the edifice to the glory of God. The land is there. The foundation was dug. The area was blessed. We had started gathering materials. If not all, most of the materials were paid for. But a circumstance beyond our control, which is the weather. From last year into this year, we were beaten severely by very poor weather conditions, which prevented, though we tried several times, it prevented us from going forward with the building of the church in the Wildwood. But we believe that God is a God of time and not to push against the tide. Whenever it's God time, there is nothing that can stop it. Not weather, not the shortage of laborers, and definitely not money. And so we realize that we ought to pull back and wait on the Lord. And so we are in that waiting period as we continue to pray. But today we are praying for the church building in St. Mary, Jamaica, praying that God will send the right laborers, praying that God will give us wisdom as he gave wisdom to certain tribes to build the sanctuary on earth. Praying for the conditions to be ideal as well. Praying for us to move on the right time this time. Because it is very important, especially for what's about to come, for God's people to have their own building, their own church. Like Solomon dedicated the temple to the Lord, so we can dedicate that building to the honor and glory of God, and that place will become one of the centers for the final work in these last days in the vineyard of Jamaica. So today we're praying for the church building project in St. Mary. I invite you to pray along with us. I believe those who have been praying with us from the beginning of our 40 days of prayer and fasting, which began on the 12th of August, and they have continued to remain constant and consistent even until today, which is the 12th of September, which is day number 32, have now developed, or they are developing, the attitude of prayer. I believe that after this 40 days of prayer and fasting would have ended, many people, those who have remained disciplined and consistent, will now continue to pray. And it is important as Christians and in our religious experience to have a habit of prayer. This will strengthen our experience with God. This will help our spiritual growth, and this will make us victorious in the conflict with the devil. So those who have remained consistent, let us continue to pray. Today is another preparation day. It's a sunny day here where I am. It's a blessed day, and we are preparing physically, emotionally, mentally, socially, and spiritually to meet another blessed Sabbath. Even Sabbath number 38, if my memory serves me correct. We, as Seventh-day Adventists, are always glad when another preparation day comes along, because we know the best day is yet to come, which is the Sabbath of the Lord, which is Saturday, when the sun sets today. So let us continue to pray. Again, today we're praying for the church building in St. Mary. I want to read something before I go from the book Prayer. Very short, but very potent. And it's coming from the book Prayer, and it's page 163. I'll read for you under the chapter Daily Prayer. It says, daily prayer nurtures our religious experience. It says, religion must begin with emptying and purifying the heart, and must be nurtured by daily prayer. And this came specifically from Testimonies to the Church, volume 4, page 535, but can also be found in the book Prayer, page 163, under the chapter Daily Prayer. Again, religion must begin with emptying and purifying the heart, and it must be nurtured by daily prayer. And that's why we continue to pray, as we are nurturing our spiritual and religious experience. So I meet you again at the throne room of God at the 9 a.m. prayer hour watch, as we continue to pray today on day 32 for the church building project in St. Mary. God bless. Have a blessed preparation day and a blessed Sabbath when it comes. Maranatha.